please have a meeting with yourself and talk to yourself. So the boy decided to have a meeting with himself and said, how many of workers do my father have? He came, I said, my father have so many workers. So, and tell my father, I am so sorry. I have sinned against you and against God. Please take me as one of your what? Your servant. You see, the boy came. He had a meeting with himself and he passed the resolution. I am going back home. This is the thing I'm going to do. So the boy started the journey to go home. As he was going back home, he was praying. I know most of us, we have gone far from God. God knows you. You have gone away. God is still waiting, like his father was waiting for him. He divided all the properties. God is still waiting. And so the boy to have a new life. I will tell my dad just to hire me, just like his father. So when the boy went back, I'm telling you, there are some people will not be happy for you. When you make your life to turn back to Jesus, there are some of your friends will not be happy. When you decide, no more, I'm going back home to my father, some of the people will not be happy. Some of the people will not be happy. So his father saw him from a distance. His father saw him from a distance. In the book of Luke chapter 15 verse 20, his father started running. If you make one, God make two steps. How far are you from home? How far are you from your home? How far? And so the son kept on coming, and the father told his father, please, father, just have me as one of your workers. They were crying. I don't know, most of you, maybe you are not in talks with your mom. You are not talking to your father. But when you decide to forgive your father and said, this semester, the end of this semester, I'm going back home and I'm going to tell my father, I have forgiven you. I'm going to tell my mother, I have forgiven you. That is the starting point of your healing. God wants to bless family. And so this guy told his father, Father, I'm not worthy. Take me as one of your servants. The father could not listen to that. He said, come on, bring the best robe for my son. What was the meaning of robe? Robe was royal coat, being worn by the royal. His son had left home. He had left his place, and now he's back. Bring the best coat. He had to put the best coat. And he continued, the Bible continues saying, bring the ring, so that we can put in his fingers. What was the meaning of ring from the time of Abraham to the time of Jesus? Ring meant three things. Number one was identity of your family. So the boy had lost identity. So they had to put ring on him. Number two, ring meant that you have an access of your father's property. It was like ATM on those days. You could go and spend, but they will see the ring. They know you are from this family, and they will credit it to your father. And number three, it meant what type of a person you are. So the father put the ring. As we are coming to the end, we have focused so much on the boy who was lost. But there is the other boy who was at home. Remember, you have brothers and sisters who are waiting for you. They have never entered into university. And now you're going back home telling your dad, I'm sorry. And then you think your brothers will be happy. They will not be happy. And so the father brought the fattest calf to make a party for the boy. You know that the calf, the fattest, it was meant for a special guest. And there was party. People started celebrating. So the brother came back home. As he was coming back from home, he asked one of the servants, what is going on? And they said, it is your brother who is back. What? Your brother? My brother's come back. You mean dad can make a party? I've been living with my father. I've done everything with my father. And yet my father has never thrown a party for me. So the brother got annoyed. There are some of us, the older brother represent some of us who are older in faith. When we see one person, one sinner has come back to Jesus, we used to know the way that person used to live. Maybe he was a gangster. Maybe he used to be something else. But so between these two, who was lost? And he's summoning his father, that father, I have been your servant. I've been serving you. Look at the way he's saying, I've been serving you. And his father is saying, no, you are my son. Some of us, we think by working for God, we are earning blessing. You are in your father's home. Hello? You are in your father's house. Everything that belongs to God, if you are a child of God, it over one sinner who comes back. Today, if there is somebody who is going to decide, I want to be born again, to accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior, when he or she comes in the altar, there is celebration in heaven. But some of us, we look at that person. So what has she done? Why is... You know, some of the people you have been sinning with them, they'll say, now, he's leaving our club. He or she is leaving the system that they have been going back to the system of God.